That's why I tell my friend of 40 years, Mrs. Kachiku, we've been friends for 40 years, that the number one thing that will get women where they want to be is education. Number two is education. Number three is education. Mr. Chairman, education is the universal key that opens all doors. It makes you as a woman to know who you are. It makes you to... For the reason that a disclaimer was done, I wasn't moved. I can't be moved as a media person. I can't be gagged. I can't be bamboozled. I want to thank my media colleagues, Chairman Churchill Oyowe, and all the journalists in Nigeria, in Delta State, in Edo State. They all came out to investigate and told the world the truth. So be careful when you're talking to a journalist. They stood by me. They investigated and revealed to the world. They put it in 2 pages, Sun, Independent, all of them, that this is the problem in Obanam. And this is the reason. That was what made the world to know. Because as the Omo, you are not permitted to come out. So if I speak for myself, who will speak for me? But the media is indispensable. May your pen not stop writing. May your camera not stop shining. May your thoughts not diminish. You will conquer the because we represent light, and light will in perpetuity defeat the forces of darkness. Thank you. Thank you, media men. Representative of gender, you did ask, why are they almost not doing what they are doing before? So you crown somebody an Omo, you tell her she won't marry. You tell her she won't have a male relationship. You tell her she can't do business. You tell her she can't go to burial ceremony. You tell her she can't eat out. She can't shake hands. And yet, you don't provide food for her. When she's sick, who gives her medicine? The markets are there. Our forefathers kept the markets to sustain the Omo, but the local governments are in the markets. And some traditional rulers are in the markets. So the Omo has no means of sustenance. What is she supposed to do? That's why we're up to 15 now, from the 5. 4 are past, it would have been me and 1 person. We have 15 today, but some of them are misbehaving. Why? Because they are not able to feed themselves. So my brother, how do you crown a woman? Tell her that you can't marry. You can't have a male relationship. You can't go to burial ceremony. You can't shake hands. You can't drink water out. You can't eat out. And lock her. What is she supposed to do? I am functioning because when I was in business, I did some investments. The palace is my personal property. That's why I can devote it in perpetuity for the foundations. I'm devoting this palace in perpetuity. And I'm happy that my son is here. I have discussed it with him, that this part of the palace is devoted in perpetuity, free of charge, to the foundations. 1, to train the girl child, because the girl child is an endangered species. Endangered not because the numbers are going down. Endangered because she's used by the parents. She's used by the family. She's used by her husband. She's used by her children. Society uses her. Political parties, she's the cooking member. She's the sweeping member. She's the dancing member. She's the voting member. On voting days, they vote for men. That is the woman. And that is the woman we must celebrate at all costs. That's why I set up the Foundation for Education. I welcome the honorable member representing Oshimili South. Welcome, honorable. So I think I have answered your question. If the male leadership cabal in the town, at the federal government, there is cabal. At the state, there is cabal. At the local government, there is cabal. In towns, there is cabal. Some traditional rulers don't even know what is happening because the chiefs surrounding him tell him he doesn't go out and he takes it. So the rot at the federal level is there at the local government level. It's also there at the traditional level. And so I'm urging the federal government to put traditional rulers in the constitution. Because when they were in charge of their villages, when we didn't have Nigeria, the villages were functioning. So let them give them a role in the constitution and hold them responsible. This issue of using our traditional rulers, calling them out, come and endorse me, must stop. I'm talking to ANIOMA politicians because I'm an ANIOMA woman. They should stop messing up our traditional rulers. They are not anybody's houseboy. Stop gathering them and calling them to come and endorse us. Why will our traditional rulers endorse one person, whereas we have our sons in every political party? You are a leader of everybody. Why will you endorse one? And then when they start quarreling, what do you see? You see some traditional rulers going, some politicians going to say, we want to settle traditional rulers, but they caused the problem. So I'm telling them to stop it. We will not take it anymore. You asked a question, and I hope I have sufficiently answered that question. This gate has been open like this for the past 4 years because the spiritual realm so directed. It's open from 6 in the morning to 7 in the evening. When the former commissioner of police visited here, he was asking them, is that the way the gate is open? They said yes. Because we are representing the higher realm. As the Omos. Yes, what is your duty as the Omo? People didn't know. If that's all. But they don't know the duties of the Omo. 70% of the Omo's duty are spiritual. That's why they give you the shrine. The shrine passes from one Omo to the other. To continue to pray for the town. That's 70% of the Omo's work. 10% is to look after women. 10% is to look. And another 10% is to settle husband and wife. And so when the traditional rulers cajole the Omo's work, the town cannot move. When a wife denies sex to the husband cannot go to the traditional ruler, but can safely come to me and say, this is what is happening. And I settle it quietly. Nobody will hear. Our forefathers didn't go to school 822 years ago. In their wisdom, they were women-friendly and set up this institution and said that the Omo must have a palace, her own chiefs. And the Omo can even marry women who will bear her children if she so desires, and made the Omo institution almost autonomous and place a curse that no community can remove an Omo, and no Omo will abdicate. In 822 years, no Omo has abdicated, and no community has removed the Omo, because our forefathers said any community that removes an Omo will be a conquered community. In any case, with due respect to my father here, the traditional rulers that are misbehaving, did you remove them? No. So no Omo will be removed in ANIOMA. None. 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 I hope I answered your question. I was there when your last Omo was crowned. Mama was 95 years. And she came here. I said, Mama, why did you come? She said, no, you are our leader. You see the difference between men and women. This woman is 95 years old. Physically, the senior son is my age, even older than me. But she came here, she was kneeling down. I said, Mama, what's the problem? He said, no, you are our mother. But the men will look at you. That is why the nation is failing. If man was complete on his own, God will not create woman. Man is first. Man is the burning fire. Woman is the water that quenches the fire. And without water, there is no life. Without womanhood, there is no life. And the future of humanity is in the hands of woman. Why? The woman is the wife. If she doesn't hold the home well, the man will not be at peace. She is the one who inculcates sound societal value in the children. If she doesn't, that the children will become truants. So I hope I have answered your question. And I also thank you. I want to, through you, give a big thank you to General. That was when I got to know General. I want the whole world to know that if General hears that I'm sick, last time I was in Benin, I had a really big health challenge. Once General heard from people, he sent money to the hospital. Christmas, General will send a vehicle filled with rice. When this award came, they were having difficulties raising money. I can't go to him. I was in Abuja, I didn't tell him. Because there's something our people do. When somebody is good, they start pinching him everywhere. I refused to tell him. For some reason, he heard I was in Abuja and he was unhappy that I was in Abuja, his own mother, and didn't tell him. They now informed him that the people in Germany were having difficulties. He himself contacted them, contacted Honorable Bandi. I will pay for Omu and her personal assistants. I will pay first class for her. I will pay business class for her. I say, hey, the class below economy, that's what I want. But it coincided with my New Yam Festival. And I can never leave my New Yam Festival because you are regarded dead if you don't do that. That's it. That's our Christmas. That's our New Year. That's our everything traditionally. I want you to thank General for me. He is our people's general, but he is my own general. So I thank him. Mrs. Kachiku, we have known for 40 years. We have loved each other, supported each other, cried on each other's shoulder. Recently, Barrister Mrs. Kachiku said to me, you have not even visited me these days. And I said to her, I don't have the kind of car that will bring me to your house. I don't have the car, and I know what she told me. I know what she also told me last year, that I'm going to make some connections that will help you to achieve this in the palace. How many women do that? Very few. Thank you. Ezudo of here, I want to thank you immensely. During this New Yam Festival, our son, Jeffrey Moore, the Honorable, called me that we have a son who has taken Obanam as his home and he wants to visit you. And I'm okay, no problem, myself and one person. Suddenly I saw a group of dance coming. I'm going, what is happening? Everywhere was filled. I looked over there is a cow. I looked here, there are cartons of drinks assorted. Is there a wedding ceremony or what? Only to find that he came to tell me that from that day, I have become his mother. And that every New Yam Festival on that day, he will come and pay the same homage. Ndị ọmụndị nne anyị igwe igwe nọ ogbu eshi nọ ụnụ ga-adị obodo ga-adị ụnụ mma n'aka. You will live longer than your children will last forever. Ndị nne anyị ndị mama ụnụ nakwa afụ n'ebe anụ afụkwa ụnụ ụfụ ndị mama ụnụ n'afụ nụ anyị mekwu na ụmụ ụnụ ga-atọ ụnụ ụtọ n'aka. Umu na ama munanya unu. Unu gafu umu. Ife njo ama unu. N'ụtụtụ unu nọdụ n'ụtụtụ mmiri na ama unu. Unu anọdụ na-eishe anwụ na ama unu. Anyasị unu ga-anọ na ndo na-eli ya. Wetu ụmụ na ụmụ. Ọ ga-adị gbadolo unu mma. Ndị honorable unu ga na-aga n'ihu. John K, the artist, ife niile unu na-afụ ọ n'ebe ya dị gbado wancha. Ọ nọkọtabega echiche nke ọsị na ọ dịghọzi mma. Ọ ga-adịle mma. He's a creative man. He's gifted. My wife from America. The husband spoke to me last time. My wife, I want you to speak to my wife. I said, I don't know her. Put her on the corner. Because I'm analog. I saw her face and said, oh my God, I don't know this one. And I saw her beautiful woman and she said, I will come in November to see you. And there she is. And when she came a few days ago, I said, oh, there is a ceremony, but if you must come, you have to dress like me. Guess what? She was here by 9 o'clock. That she must dress like me and be like us. Please clap for her. Where are my Bini people? Are they gone? Okay, thank you. How about talk, babe? I'm on number need do Polo. Oba radio was CFR Oba Bini. May God bless him. Amen. I don't use words for him. I use ease because his spirit lives. Amen. It's only the body that left. Bini kingdom will last forever. Amen. In peace, in good health, and more prosperity. Oba Atokwe. My brothers in the diaspora, see me. They were so poor that I decided not to marry. My father had no home. I was taken away at 2 years to live with relations because my parents were so poor that they felt if I go and live with relations in the north, I might get education. It was during the war we came back and they showed me my parents in a big Dumkwu family of lawyers. At that point, I made up my mind that I was going to use myself as a sacrificial lamb, that this man that you're laughing at, I will lift his name. My brothers and sisters, that is the reason I did not marry. If you look at me from my head to my toe, and you know see person, the devil you define. Honorable Bani. Isini, Mama, Isini, Isini, give them Luanoko. You guys say, okay, I'm like him. I'm a limesini. I'm a limelecha. I'm a limejakwa. Okay, you okay, imagine from Nanya. And I dated the best of men, the Oba of Benin, general in the army. Those are the people I talk to. So when some women talk, say, and if yeah, but I was sent overseas by a man I had a relationship with. Oh, when did dinner so I consider myself lucky. I had to make that sacrifice. I trained all my younger ones. They are doing well all over the world. I built a house for my father at the age of 24. Marlin Namalo, he died with feathers in his head, and I give glory to God. So, Umunnem, my chair, I am eternally grateful to our Father in heaven that I have found favor in his sight. I bow with unlimited humility to our ancestors and my guiding spirit. And I give glory to God to all those who have supported me. May God lift them higher. The MC, I'm saying, Oga Delema. I will am going. You can get away, Luanayasi. Was here, Agadia can woman later. You get take it away, Luanayasi. Madam Rolona John Holt, and you go to USC to receive pension. In this job, you build your houses, you will train your children, you will be known positively all over the world. The cameraman, your camera will not stop shining. Onye silanyi niga nesi we neje. You follow God alone. Every time I'm doing something, my wife, she's from the East. She's married to us here in Oshibili North. The husband was the immediate past public relations director of NNPC. She brought the cake that you were quarreling, that they gave you small. And I said, go and take as you like. Only yesterday I called her. Somebody told me if I do this and she's not here, she will feel she has offended me. I reluctantly, because I know what she will do. I didn't know she will also make cake. So I want all of you to clap for her. Having said all the thank you, I want to give a state of the nation. I have welcomed our sister, our daughter, Honorable Anyafulu. I have welcomed her. She's an achiever. Everybody knows her. She would have been in this position a long time ago. They will give her money, she will go and divide it to orphanage to contest. The governor will call her, I think you should contest. She will say yes. They give her money, she will go and start looking for orphanage homes to give. That's why it took her time. That's who she is. I know that each time I speak, the nation wants to hear state of the nation from me. A lot of our people from the East, Daddy, have of late been talking to me. In the East. People must move. So let me take it from the South, Southwest, Southeast, and the North. my brothers and sisters, the North has everything that will sustain the North. They have people, they have land, they have food. The minerals they have is more valuable than our oil. But the problem is that the leadership cabal wants to keep them down, to continue to perpetuate themselves in office. So they must stop. Because the money they are looking is commonwealth, it belongs to everybody. It's not their personal property. So the North alone can lift itself above poverty. So we come down to the Southwest. They are the wisest, the Southwest, in the whole country. They know how to fight their fight. When Abiola died, they fought their fight. Without shooting a gun, they gave them Obasanjo. And after they helped Obasanjo, they dismantled AD and became AC. That is the Yoruba man for you. He knows how to play his game. Obasanjo's second tenure was so hard on him because the military cabal felt, we put you there. And his people collapsed AD in order to help him. As soon as he finished, they came back to what? AC. So the Yoruba man is the wisest in this country. They are worthy of emulation. So we go to the Southeast. The Southeast, today I want to state categorically, they should stop inviting me. I am not baby doll. I'm not Nollywood movie. I'm not being show to be looked at to say that Omo was in my show today. They invited me 8 years ago, the leadership of the Southeast, and said to me, give us your recipe on what you think we should do. And I'm sure it was all over the world. I told them, you know one thing they say in the East, we are like the Jews. That's what the Igbo man says. With due respect to Ezudo, they will tell you that we are like the Jews. But do you know the history of the Jews? They were gassed in Europe because they were buying up everywhere, the same way the Igbos were buying up Nigeria. They were everywhere, the Jews buying up. Europeans got tired of them, gathered them, took them to Auschwitz, gassed 6 million Jews. And the remaining, they felt, no, we can't have these people around. They gathered them and went to Palestine, shared the country, go there. That's how they went to Palestine. I'm saying this for you to take back to our people in the East. If they say they are like the Jews, I was in the North when the war started. If anybody told me that the Igbo man will spread all over the country, I won't believe it. The Igbo man says he's industrious. But I tell you, the Igbo man is slavishly industrious. Slavishly industrious. He's slaving for another person. In the Yoruba land, all his property is there. In the North, all his property is there. So he's a slave because he's like this. Anything they do, he bows to them. In a country that belongs to you. He has left the home of his birth, the Igbo man. He has left the home God gave to him. He has left the home of his forefathers. He is everywhere and he's a slave to everybody. I say to Ndibu again, go back. If you say you are like the Jews, have you read your Nehemiah? They say they are like the Jews. Go and read your Nehemiah. Chapter 2, verse 17 to 20. The walls of Jerusalem are in ruins. Let us rise and build. Nobody will build the land of Ndibu except Ndibu. So 80% of your investment worldwide, if you put it there, do you know what? The Igbo people in this country are the only people who can transform nothing into something. God gave them that gift, but they stupidly do it in another man's land. What do you think when you come to Obanama and buy up all the land? You go to Ibuzo, you go to Lagos. You think the people will like you? What happened to your father's land? Did anything happen there? At least 80% of you should be there. So let the Ndibo develop the land of their birth. I want to suggest again, 2 million people died during the war. Did Ndibo bury them traditionally? He's still hanging. The blood is still hanging. He has not gotten to his destination. So the 2 million people that died in the Igbo land, please take it to your people that they should mourn them. Take a day of mourning. Every village should mourn so that the head of your youth will be calm. That is what is screwing the head of your youth. Secondly, the leadership of Ndibo worldwide should apologize to their youths because they are colossal failures. the leadership, they have failed. They have to apologize to the youth. That's why the youth are agitated. They see no hope. And the Ndine in Igbo land should also apologize to the youth. Last time they called me, oh, we want to do what you said. We want you to come with us. I said, no, we have our own problem in ANIOMA. I'm not coming. If you can't do it, stay there. They should apologize to them. Do you know the Igbo man apologizes? He's quick to apologize. And that's why their society is moving. He will tell you, I take responsibility. I'm sorry. I regret. It doesn't work out. If you don't say that sorry, life will not move. So tell your people in the East, the leaders, to apologize to the youths. Tell the women to apologize to their children. Who are the people spoiling their children? Igbo women. They are the people who tell their children, you see this one, he bought Mercedes. I know those living in Obanam, doing well, suddenly they came to me. They agitated. I'm wondering, what's wrong with this boy? This boy is doing well. He said, my mother told me that my friend has built a house in Igbo land. So the Igbo woman in the southeast is 70% contributory to the problem of the East. She is the one who pushes her husband to go and kill somebody to make money. What is the mantra? What kind of rubbish is that? Whatever you do, provided you are not a title holder, that is a disgrace to God. So let them go and do it. Bury all the dead. Today, there are almost 2 million dead bodies in Igbo land, in mortuaries. Have they buried them? They haven't. So if you have not buried the 2 million that died during the war, you have not buried the 2 million you have currently in your mortuaries, and their blood is everywhere, how can there be peace? And they say we are like the Jews. What do you mean you are like the Jews? Do the Jews keep their dead body? No. Do Islam keep their dead body? No. Japan, do they keep their dead body? No. The only one who keeps dead body for 1 year is the Igbo man. So the solution to the problem of Ndibo is in the land of Ndibo. They should stop calling ANIOMA people. Recently, they are going everywhere. Some of their young people, they go to Ikwere, they go to Ndani, they come to ANIOMA. Are you people not, are you not Ndibo? I want to say today, I want every Igbo man to stop that. They should stop disgracing us. They should stop disrespecting us. People left England and went to become Australians. They are English people, but they call themselves Australian. People left and went to form another country, New Zealand. They call themselves New Zealand. Have you ever seen the Englishman telling that one, are you not English? You see them, they say we're allies. We're allies. We and our brothers in the East are allies. We are not one Igbo nation. The river has divided us. We are not one Igbo nation. Have you ever seen a Yoruba man telling the Yoruba man in Kwara State, in Kogi State, half of these states are Yorubas. But you have never seen for one day the Yoruba man asking them, are you not Yorubas? They have not done that. Our brothers in the East are stupidly disrespecting ANIOMA people. It must end from now on because we will meet it eye to eye. We will not take it any longer. We are allies. We are allies. We speak the same language. We are allies. Are we going to become a local government under an Anambra? Do people even think at all? You find some young Igbo people going to ANIOMA towns, asking them, are you not Igbo? But you have your own problem, you have not solved it. And you're coming here to divide us. ANIOMA is not for any division. Let it be clear to our brothers. ANIOMA cannot be divided. We are one, and we must remain one. And we will continue to be brothers with our people subsuming us. And to our political leaders, our women politicians, in the past 24 years, you have women who have been commissioners, chairman, you have women who have been ministers, House of Assembly, House of Rep, Senate, Deputy Governor. With due respect to our honorable here, in 24 years, what have they done for women? In 24 years, what has the women that occupy these positions done for women? Have they done intergenerational mentoring? Have they trained those who will take over from them? I am happy that our sister is here today. I was thinking that the other honorable is here. But through you, Honorable Anya Funu, I want you to call a conference of ANIOMA women. Young ANIOMA women who are interested in politics. I assure you that I will be there. So you can train those who will take over from you. Have you seen what women do? Severally, I was in Abuja. Women who knew this female minister, they sleep in the same bed, they were greeting her. Ah, Honorable Minister. That's how she greeted them. And I'm going, what? That is a woman you used to eat with in the same plate. Women get to office and forget other women. Your fellow women will greet you, you can't even answer well. They say, So I'm telling our women that they have also failed. Our female politicians have failed by 60 to 70%. They have failed 90. Thank you. You are an honest woman. Please clap for her. They have failed. Our youths, ANIOMA, we also need to apologize to our youths. Why? We have 12 days of activism. Honorable knows. From what date, Honorable? Is it from 25th to 10th? 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Gender-based violence. Violence against women and youths. Okay. So everybody is going, the men are bad. But I'm telling you that the bad one is the woman. She trains the male child and allows the male child to go and play football. And tells the female child, go and cook, go and wash clothes, go and wash plates, go and do this, go and do that. If you train your male child the way you train your female child, even in marriage, you will be happy. My only son is here. Some of his friends were telling him, your mother is treating you as if you are a slave. Why are you grinding pepper? I asked him, if your wife is sick, what will you do with your children? There is a reason why you will learn. If she's in the hospital, she has operation, what will you do with the children? What if she decides one day I will leave you and your children and leave? What are you going to do? It is we mothers who spoiled our male children. Who told them, yeah, then that boy becomes somebody's husband. And then you start crying that the men are maltreating us. We women are maltreating ourselves. And we have to change. Yabu, Nani, Ekenemi Shinne, General, Ekenemi Shinne, my chairman, Ekenemi, Mrs. Katiku Ekenemi, Ndiumunne Ekenemi, Ezudo Vihan, Ekenemi, Honorable Bandi, Ekenemi, Ndioba, Ekenemi, Ndi Buhopanam, Ekenemi, Wagadela Nema. I end by praying to God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth, the I am that I am, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the God that created 8 billion people in the world and knows each of us by name. May his will be done in our lives. Abanna yochukunna. Nunu ga to tomi. Nunu ga dendo. Nunu ge wendu ogonogo. Ni ife ga ko no ko ba olia no. Nunu ga pa mo. Ni ife njo amakudu nu. Nna anyi bridge radio ga na aga n'ihu. My father, your kingdom will last forever, in peace and good health. Walim General, that I'm praying for him, not get to the highest, and even go international. General's wife has a foundation, and she built a fine market for her people. And not only that, she gave 50,000 to every woman in the market. Not only that, she tarred the road. Not only that, she put lights so that they can trade till 10 o'clock. If one woman in each town in ANIOMA will do that, we will have ANIOMA of our dreams. Thank you.
Biko kusenu no haka ike. Omu igwe.